Bye. Let me just actually go to the places that I wanted to go to. Okay. Woo! I've started the stream. Good job, me. Background music and everything. I think I'll wait for someone to pop up in chat before I start explaining what's it called again? The premise more. I mean, it's pretty clearly outlined in the thumbnail, but you never know. You never know. That was a train. I don't know if you heard it, but I live directly next to a set of train tracks. Which is inconvenient for streaming, but fun for train sounds. I've got me a sody pop and a snack. So I'm all settled in. I'm all ready to stream this fun little stream that I have thought of. Basically, do 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 do. I feel much more relaxed on stream with like background music. Do 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 do. Alright, hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay, anyway. Ah! A sound off in the chat. Alright, so. Basically. The other day. What? On my last stream, I said something about how my music taste fell into like a triangle of like Taylor Swift to 5 Seconds of Summer to Weird Al Yankovic or something. And I kept thinking about that, right? And when I put up a poll for, do you want me to do some more Calico, another drawing stream, or a secret third thing, I expected people to make suggestions because I put a little suggestion box in the image for the secret third thing. But I guess they just kind of, that didn't happen. So instead I realized, wait a minute, actually I do have a secret third thing just in my back pocket, and that is I can just start charting all of my music on a little triangle. Because I can in fact chart it on a triangle. I just wanted to be a little more specific so that I might include everything. Basically, I have on a separate little Google Doc over here, 28 artists / TV shows that involve a lot of music, 15 musicals, and 12 individual songs that, like, they're just songs that I listen to that I don't particularly care about the bands. The bands / shows they come from. So that's that. Oh wait, actually, I have 13 of those. I have 13 of the individual songs. Because I just remembered one. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to get to that one. Okay, so. Ooh, we have 2 people in chat now. That's a count of 2. Okay. Basically, I have a long list of all of the artists, musicals, and individual songs that I care about. And I'm going to be graphing them on this chart from music moms approve of, which is approximately what I meant when I said white people music my last stream. Groovy, which is a descriptor that could mean like, yeah, makes you want to dance, or yeah, makes you kind of bob your head around. It's like a music that makes you go, oh yeah, I'm involved in this. This is great. Like, it just pings all the right receptors. It'll be a little clearer once I start charting things, but keep your eye on groovy. And then we have adolescent music, which is approximately what I meant when I said 5 seconds of summer on my last stream. Oh my gosh! Hello! Hello, Raptorus! You arrived! How much of the explanation did you hear? Because I have no idea. Yes, it is the secret third thing. The secret third thing fully won the vote in like a landslide. I think approximately 12 people voted, and like 60%, 60 to 80% of the 12 people were like, ooh, what's the secret third thing? And this is the secret third thing. It involves a triangle. Do. How much of the explanation did you hear? I might have to repeat it. Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, I think we might as well start off the top by listing essentially like the things that I listed like in my last stream for like when I was attempting to explain it. Hehehe. Wonderful. We love when it sounds like a great time. Last time I tried to explain it, I used the example of Taylor Swift, Owl City, and 5 Seconds of Summer for like the various places. So we're actually going to start with Owl City because that was the first formative one. Fun fact, the first song that I ever got on an MP3 player, because I got an MP3 player for my 9th birthday, I want to say. The first song I ever got, like, that my mom ever bought me for that little MP3 player was Fireflies by Owl City, which is very fun. Let's see here. So, Owl City, I do not think falls anywhere near adolescent music, except, because, okay, here's the thing. The way I would describe adolescent music is like, it's like the intersection between punk and something that just really makes like, you think of it when you think of a coming of age movie. And I don't think Owl City music fits in a coming of age movie, despite the fact that it does resonate with a lot of like adolescents and stuff. Like it's a very palatable vibe of music in a way that makes me lean way more into music moms approve of than adolescent music. And then, so I would probably put Owl City... Owl City is, like, a little bit groovy. In the sense that, like, you go, ah, yeah, let's keep listening. So I think I want to put Owl City right approximately here. There we go. I hope my handwriting remains legible this entire stream. Here, let me actually lower the opacity of the triangle really quick, just so that things look a little easier to read. Okay. We successfully categorized Owl City. Next, we have 5 Seconds of Summer. Very adolescent music right here. 5 Seconds of Summer. I don't think moms approve of 5 Seconds of Summer, but I would lean 5 Seconds of Summer into groovy a little bit, mainly because, what's the word I'm looking for? Mainly because, like, there is, not as much as Owl City, though, which is interesting. So we're actually going to put 5 Seconds of Summer, like, here-ish, not quite at the vertex, but very much close to the vertex. You know what? They did put... They did put an Owl City song, what was it again? Was it actually Fireflies, or was it that one that goes Take to the Skies? I'm pretty sure... That's definitely the song that's in the movie. Gosh, Owl City has done, like, multiple different, like, just songs for movies, which is fascinating to me in a way I can't quite describe. Here, okay. Perhaps for the Guardians of Ga'Hoole thing, I will scooch Owl City over just a little bit towards adolescent music. About here. No. Here. Yes, there we go. Okay. We've done it. Yeah, that one. Okay. Take to the skies. Let's go. 5 Seconds of Summer, my beloved. Fun fact, my choice of deep cut for 5 Seconds of Summer songs is probably English Love Affair, which is just like, I love songs that also are stories. I thought of making one of the Vertex's like story songs, but then I realized no, because then all of the musicals would just be bunched in that one Vertex, and that wouldn't make sense, because there's like more going on in a song than just the fact that it's telling you a narrative. Like a linear narrative. Because like that's the thing about a lot of like pop songs that are meant to be enjoyed independently as opposed to musical songs, is that, like, I say pop, but you know, songs that are meant to be enjoyed independently are very different from songs that are meant to be enjoyed in a context. We all know this, of course, but let's see. I guess we're moving to Cape Town because I can't quite finish that sentence without struggling a lot. Let's see. Cape Town is, oh gosh, okay. Cape Town is very adolescent music. And I think it's also pretty groovy, but not quite. And I don't know if it leans into music moms approve of. I don't think it's music that a mom would disapprove of most of the time. Let's see. I just wanted to zoom a little bit. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. You get it. Different functions, different executions. Let's see. Right, we were charting Cape Town. I think I want to put Cape Town like in like the forgot to put it back to the pen. In this like vertex area, or like, hold on, how do you split up a triangle so the lines are equidistant? I forgot. I think it's like this. Probably. That's something like that. Wherever the center of the triangle is, that's how the lines break up. So I want to put Cape Town in this area, generally speaking, but I'm not quite sure where. Thinking of, because, like, it's like, Cape Town music is really, like, slow and, Cape Town music is, like, kind of really slow and moody, and I like that about it. I wouldn't call it groovy because it doesn't quite... When I think of groovy, I think of, like, either soul music or music that you would want to just have playing in your kitchen while you're doing something. You know what I mean? Music you want to be playing in the kitchen. Triforce style. Yeah, you get it. And so, I think for Cave Town, I want it... I wouldn't put it as far into adolescent music as 5 Seconds of Summer. I think I would probably put it about... It's further from groovy than 5 Seconds of Summer, though. That's for sure. So we're gonna put Cape Town, like, on this line. And it's gonna be right about here, I think. There we go. That works out just fine. Yeah, if it's having something side-to-side music. So, like, here. Let me actually search the list for something that I think definitively is groovy. Oh. Okay. So, Rapturous, as functionally the only person in chat. Quick question. What do you know about the Homestuck soundtrack? And we await chat latency while I take a sip of sody pop. god, indeed. Okay, basically, there's a specific song from the Homestuck soundtrack that I have memorized. Like, there's not many songs in the Homestuck soundtrack that have lyrics in them. I think there's like 3. There's Midnight Crew, like I'm a member of the Midnight Crew, which is a song from like the 19-whenevers, like the 1920s or something, that Hussey just kind of found after Hussey created the Midnight Crew as a concept. Hussey just kind of came up with the name, yeah, Midnight Crew, that makes sense for a gang name, and then someone was like, hey, this is a literal song from the 1920-somethings, and a Homestuck Infinite, I have not even the mildest clue. Okay. That makes sense. You will soon be a Homestuck kindergartner after I explain the rest of this to you, I think. Basically, Midnight Crew is just this little group of, chess piece gangsters. And someone found out that there was just a song about it. And so they actually recorded a version of that song, which was in the public domain by then already. They recorded a version of that song, and they have it on the Homestuck soundtrack, and it's really, really good. It's really fucking good. It's like an a cappella version or something. It's so nice. And then, the song that I put on this list, but maybe I should also put Midnight Crew on the list, I think. I'll do that. But the song that I put on the list is called Game Girl. Specifically, Game, and then capital GRL. Which I love. I love this song. I love it so much. It's so funny. It's like, it is the theme song for one of the characters, the theme song. I call it her theme song because it's essentially the thing that plays during when because Homestuck has flash game sections. And one of the things in that flash game section is, I feel like this entire section would be a lot more engaging to watch if I had like a VTuber model, but that's beside the point. I don't have the money for that yet. Anyway, what am I trying to say in words? Right. When you pilot her around, Toby Fox actually made the version that edited together, remixed the version that plays during the flash game. The usual version that's just on the soundtrack, is just like a completed song that does not loop. Rip Flash, indeed. Oh, you will be missed forever in our hearts. Alright. So, anyhow. Game Girl is a silly little spoof on, like, 90s cringy adults trying to appeal to children, radical rap nonsense that is it's very much made in a lab trying to appeal to small children. Is the thing that's going on with that song. It's got like, okay, so it starts off, and it's just these cool little chiptune sounds, let's go! And then this voice, this weird, almost chipmunk-like voice, but not quite. It's like this, it's so artificial and character voicing. It's like, yeah, what's up, gamers? I'm Game Girl, and I'm here to show you that girls can game too. You better not go easy on me, boys, unless you want to get beat by a girl! And then it just goes in. And I love it. It's so fucking funny. And I think it is in exactly the midpoint between groovy and music moms approve of. Let's see here. It's about here, I think. Yes. There we go. I've memorized the entire thing, actually. I could do the whole thing right now, but I feel like that would be a little obnoxious. Because, the whole thing works better if you have the chiptune in the background. Ooh, a wait? You know this? For realsies? Where did you hear it? Ah, chat latency. I must know where Raptor is 77 heard Game Girl before. You know, I'm the game girl, and I got the scores because I whip butt and game hardcore. I might look cute, but I play to win, so get your head in the game because we're about to begin. I got sweet moves and super skills to pull off the codes, combos, and kills, tapping my fingers like a maniac. This girl's got bad at the game attack. God, okay. You have no idea. That's fair. Someone has for sure just used it somewhere, not saying that it is a Homestuck song, because why would you point that out? So yeah. Game Girl is the exact intersection between music moms approve of and groovy. Meanwhile, for an exact intersection of adolescent songs and groovy, I think I want to pick... Yes, I want to pick Tongue Tied, like Tongue Tied by Group Love. I don't know if you've... you know, it's a pop song. Most people know. It's the one where the hook goes, like... Take me to your best friend's house. And like, fun fact, that was like essentially at my school, my senior year, because I graduated in 2020. What a fun year to graduate. Anyway. But in my high school, the senior song, essentially, like the yearbook committee / the student council, every year each graduating class like just has like a song that they vaguely collectively pick. I didn't realize we collectively picked this song until it was already like just the thing that we had, but I love it. It's so it's very, I'm very attached to it, you see. So we're gonna say that Tongue Tied by Group Love is approximately at the intersection between groovy and adolescent music, partially because of my experiences with it, but also because, like, Take Me to Your Best Friend's House, that's so adolescent, I can't imagine anything else, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you that girls can game too! God, you gotta love Brain's autocomplete. Anyway. Tongue Tied. OMG! Your graduation was done via YouTube stream? Oh, that's wild! I had no idea. Of course I had no idea. Yeah, mine was essentially this weird process where we were walked into the auditorium. Well, okay, so when we were graduating, what was happening was, there was like, just like, one person was like, okay, so each kid that was graduating, essentially got like a 15-minute thing where they got to the door, they waited for a bit outside. Like it was like a window of 15-ish minutes. They got to the door, they waited a bit outside, and then, yes, exactly, it does hit peak adolescent vibes of just like groups of friends that are just like, you know, doing teenager shit and being like, oh gosh, what was it again? There's something about the delivery on Don't Take Me Tongue-Tied, Don't Wave No Goodbye. There's something about that that just really hits exactly on the adolescent vibes. And it's so groovy. It just makes you want to, like, it makes you want to move. It makes you want to, like, jump in a large group to the beat. But anyway, I guess to finish my graduation story, it's like this 15 to 25-ish minute process where, like, we stood at the door to the auditorium in small groups, like, very far apart from each other. By small groups, I mean it was the graduating kid and, like, a small amount of their family members. And they were being ushered around by other people, and everyone was wearing masks and stuff. And essentially, we stood in front of the door. Then we went to the lobby area in front of the auditorium. Then we went to a vestibule next to the auditorium. Then we walked into the auditorium, got our diplomas, like, had our picture taken and stuff. And then we walked out of the auditorium. And my English teacher from senior year actually came out to see my graduation, which is something he had to go out of his way to do because of the way we did this. And that was so nice. I liked it so much. It made me feel special. And then, you know, we just kind of... And then we went down the big hallway, because, like, my high school was built like a cathedral. It was built for efficiency, in getting places and knowing where you are, which is good for getting to class on time, but, boy, it's just, like, the entire high school was one long hallway. It was just one uninterrupted hallway. It was aesthetically very unpleasing. It was like a gothic cathedral in there. And anyway, we walked down the big hallway, and then we got to, like, the main, like, the central square where the front doors were, and we got our picture taken where we toss our hat up in the air, and then we leave. And that was the entire ceremony. Yeah. I still have on my resume, recognized proficient essayist, by award-winning educator, because he actually got, like, an award from the States for being a really good English teacher, which is really cool. Anyway, back to the stream. I guess since I'm on a kick of songs that I attached to high school, my tech theater teacher, I say my tech theater teacher as if I took tech theater. I didn't take tech theater, but, like, everyone knew her. Like, you know, of course you know the tech theater teacher. We had the head theater teacher, the other theater teacher, and, like, no, we had the head director, the other theater teacher, and then we had the tech director, essentially. Those were the three people in the theater who, like, those were the three teachers in the theater department. And the tech theater teacher absolutely loved Come On Eileen. And I think Come On Eileen is, like, it's definitely not in Music Moms Approve Of. I don't think. And it's a little bit in adolescent music, but not really, because it is so old, and it's got those violins going on. There's something about it that's just, like, mostly pure groovy, but I will lean it a bit into Music Moms Approve Of and also adolescent music, because moms would approve of older music, and adolescents would approve of the vibes going on. I know, because every single year that we had our little, like, dance parties in theater after, like, the really big musical that we always did every year. Every time we had a little after-show dance party, we always played that song in the black box. So I'm gonna put Come On Eileen about here. Here. Ah, too big. There we go. I know, right? That's so wild. I thought that is just the wildest thing. Let me watch the YouTube video. I show over graduation of jealous. To be fair, I think objectively keeping everyone in their homes and instead just having a YouTube slideshow, you know, on the objective standard is better. As far as contagions go, but that's beside the point. Let's see here. It's so wild. So wild. We graduated the same summer. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Alright, so I've done 1, 2, 3 artists, and 1, 2, 3 individual songs. So I think it's time we move on to the musicals category. Oh my gosh. Okay. I wanna cap off my silly little high school stories because, 2 of the musicals that I have listed here are musicals that I did in high school. We did Bring It On, like the musical Bring It On. I don't know if you knew there was a musical for Bring It On, but there was. My senior year, actually. We did that musical in January. So we did that musical. February happened. Or maybe we did it in February. Anyway, we did the musical. A few weeks pass. And then the entire world shuts down. That was wild. Like, all of us in the theater department were collectively like, oh my gosh. We really did just kind of like, last chance we possibly could have, do that musical, huh? All the seniors were like very relieved. Oh my gosh, the girl who played the main character, who played the lead, Campbell, she is like the coolest person. She was so good. Oh my gosh. So anyway, okay, the Bring It On musical. Definitely nowhere near Music Moms approve of. But, for sure, somewhere between groovy and adolescent. I think Tongue-Tied is... I think I'm actually gonna No. Tongue-Tied is exactly as groovy as it is adolescent. And I think maybe Bring It On is more adolescent than it is groovy. Partially because it is a musical, so some of the songs, like, the songs are not meant to make you get up and dance. They're meant to have you sit there and watch other people dancing to them, which is slightly different. So I think I'm gonna put Bring It On about here. We're gonna put it directly next to 5 Seconds of Summer. There we go. Really Bring It On 2020 vibes. You have no idea. I don't know if, because like, before we did the musical Bring It On, I was not actually familiar with the Bring It On franchise of movies, but apparently there's just like, so I don't know if I should explain this to chat, but there is like essentially just like this, there is this long series of movies that just sort of started with one movie titled Bring It On, and then I think the most recent one and the last one that ever got made because it was really bad, and people stopped caring at that point, but the people who were making them and the people who were watching them, it was Bring It On # worldwide cheer smack. That's the real title of that movie? Anyway. So, the Bring It On movies, Bring It On movies were like cheerleader movies, essentially. And so a lot of us actually had to take like classes or something in how to do like cheerleader stunts so that we could do those on stage. My group was not one of them, but some of us did. And it was like, it was the Bring It On musical, very fun, love it. Part of the first song became like a TikTok soundbite. I see Chad has caught up with the worldwide cheer smack. Yeah. God, worldwide cheer smack. Anyway, but you've probably heard a soundbite that comes from the opening number. It's one because they used it in a lot of ads for Musical.ly before it became TikTok. It went my name is Tyler. I rap the Bucks with... No, not Tyler, Skylar. Oops. My name is Skylar. I rap the Bucks with pride. I'm probably too cool for you, so friend request denied. I'm Kyler from Tyler. My real name is Inez, but Skylar said to change it, and I do what Skylar says. So that. And one of the songs is just a song that plays in the background of a cheer routine. And I actually sang that song. I was backstage. I had a microphone. I sang that song entirely on my own. And it was actually kind of a clutch thing that I did because I just memorized it on my own because I loved the song. And the girl who was supposed to do it, because she was in choir and stuff, like in the varsity choir. I was also in the varsity choir, but she was the one who got picked to do it initially. She actually, a few days before, like, during, like, crunch time or something, her family had this thing going on, and so she couldn't make it for, like, 3 of the really important rehearsals, and everyone knew that I already knew that song because I was so enthusiastic about it. And she was like, "Oh wow, you really know!" Like she looked to me and she was like, "Oh yeah, okay. Oh, this is the thing." Like she double checked with me like what order the lyrics go in and stuff. And so everyone was like, "Oh, you can do this song. Can you do the song for the performance?" And I was like, "Yes." We love being clutch. It's so fun. Anyhow, the other musical that I did in school, however, was Once Upon a Mattress, which is a much more standard high schooler, much more standard musical for a high school theater department to do. And Once Upon a Mattress is very much in the corner of music moms approve of. I would say it's like corner music moms approve of, and I think I will lean it just the tiniest bit towards groovy, if only because that musical is really fun to do. So congratulations, Once Upon a Mattress. Moms approve of you more than Owl City. Here, let me zoom in on that a little bit so that I can actually write the A correctly. I know that mattress looks awful. I'm rewriting it. I could type this up, but then I would need to use both hands to type, and I am holding my microphone in my left hand because I don't have a mic stand. There we go. Yes, the universe likes putting hat stuff together. Putting hat stuff or that stuff? Oh, right, the song. I'd completely forgotten about the story I just told. Let's see here. I think, okay, because we've got a lot more artists than we've got musicals and individual songs, I want to bop over to an artist instead of doing a third musical just yet. So, I want to categorize all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 funny guy music acts, so to speak. So I have just this entire section of this list that I have internally labeled, that I have in my brain labeled the funny guy music, which is to say just like, at the top of the list is Weird Al. So you know exactly what I mean when I say the funny guy music. We have Weird Al, we have Brian David Gilbert, Tom Cardy, Kevin Temmer, who I don't know how many people know about Kevin Temmer. Kevin Temmer is one of the lead animators, or like, Kevin Temmer is one of the animators, like, probably like one of the lead animators, but I can't remember completely. I just know that Kevin Temmer is really instrumental in the Amazing Digital Circus, like the animation for that. And then at the bottom, the last one is Danny Gonzalez. So we've got 5 funny guy musicians to categorize. This will be fun. We'll start with Weird Al. Weird Al, for sure, very much music moms approve of. Weird Al is gonna go into this, this vertex, this section of the triangle, right here. I think I want to put Weird Al right about here. Because, like, Weird Al, there's something about Weird Al that's just, like, transcends most things. Something about Weird Al is very transcendent to me. And maybe it's just because, like, it was, like, one of the first things I ever bonded with my dad over. Because, like, he introduced me to the concept of Weird Al through the song Eat It. Like, the Weird Al parody of Beat It. And my older sister and I just, like, loved that. We thought it was so funny. Yes, exactly, the king of the category. He's practically mastered all 3 corners of my music tastes. Okay, so we've got Weird Al. Next we have Brian David Gilbert. Not in the corner of music moms approve of. I think I would put him more in groovy than adolescent music. I think I would put him... Come On Eileen is less groovy. Not less groovy. Come On Eileen is more groovy than Brian David Gilbert music. So I want to put BDG somewhere about here. Is Tongue Tied less groovy than Brian David Gilbert music? I think it's exactly as groovy, so we'll put BDG about here. Because moms would approve of Brian David Gilbert music more than they would approve of Tongue Tied, I think. Because, like, a mom would look at Tongue Tied and be like, party music? No, no, no! At least that's the version of a mom that lives in my... The stereotypical version of a mom that lives in my head would do that. So... We'll put it about here. Here, here. This works, okay. Alright, next we have Tom Cardy. Tom Cardy! Okay, so, let's see here. Tom Cardy is, I think, the grooviest of all of the Funny Guy musicians. I would say Tom Cardy's music is groovier than Come On Eileen. Which... hopefully my, tech theater teacher from high school, agrees with me, or else this is blasphemy against her, and I am so sorry. Blasphemy against her as though she is god of the groovy music. Let's see. Oh wait, no, that's not the button I wanted to press. Not you. You. Okay. This keeps happening. I would put him groovier than Come On Eileen and a little less adolescent than Come On Eileen. So we're gonna say Tom Cardy lives... Tom Cardy, never a musician that a mom would approve of, I don't think. He curses too much for a mom to approve of him, so I'm gonna put him on the line. There we go. And then, last but not least, we have Danny Gonzalez. I love Danny Gonzalez's funny little musics. I think they're delightful. I think moms would approve of him more often than they would approve of Tom Cardy, which is never. But I think they would approve of him less often than they would approve of Brian David Gilbert. And I think his music is definitely less groovy than Brian David Gilbert's. So his music would probably be somewhere here-ish. Here, let me just zoom in there so that I can write his name small enough. I started realizing I'm writing names too big. The eternal struggle. We've all tried to write a happy birthday sign. First of all, a big ass H. Oh, who was it? Danny Gonzalez. He's a phantom. Danny Phantom. God, I love Danny Phantom. There we go. All right. We've done it. Oh wait, I skipped over Kevin Temmer. I'm so sorry. Okay, Kevin Temmer. Kevin Temmer, I think, is even more... Okay, Kevin Temmer is more moms would approve of than Cardy, Gilbert, or Gonzalez. The law firm, Cardy, Gilbert, and Gonzalez. I think Kevin Temmer, more moms would approve. Way less adolescent. I think I want to put... Gosh, okay. Is Kevin Temmer, groovier than Game Girl? That's a good question. Because, like, Game Girl is a song that I memorized specifically because I could not stop thinking about it because it sunk its fangs into my brain. And then Kevin Temmer. The first song I ever heard from Kevin Temmer, I think, was What's the Matter, Martha? And if it wasn't, it was a completely different one that I can't remember off the top of my head. I am sorry. I am sorry, Sir Temmer. Yeah, Law Office, exactly. Cardi Gilbert Gonzalez. Anyway, I think I'm gonna put Kevin Temmer more groovy than Game Girl. Because it's more groovy than it is mom approved. It is notably mom approved, but like it's more groovy. And then we'll lean it a little into adolescent music. Not too much, but a little. Kevin Temmer. What? Hold on, those M's look way too weird. That's better. Woo! Alright. We've categorized all the funny guy musicians. Alright, so. Next thing's next. I want to move on to a new musical, I think. Because the musical is directly next to the artists. So, for musicals, I might as well start with the one at the top of the list, the SpongeBob musical. I love the SpongeBob musical, so unironically. I love it so much. SpongeBob musical, one of my favorite musicals of all time. It is always at the top of my list whenever I think, what is a musical? And my brain immediately hands me, the SpongeBob musical is a musical. And I'm like, you're right, the SpongeBob musical is a musical. It's so good. It's unfairly good. It's unfairly good. Who gave the permission to make a good SpongeBob musical? Oh my gosh. Ethan Slater, my beloved. So let's see. I think for sure the SpongeBob musical goes in the Moms Approve corner. Just for sure. For sure. For sure. I don't think it counts as adolescent music mostly, except for the fact that there's that plain white... Okay, so... I got into this musical really, really hard when I was adolescent, right? So because of that... Okay, just because I was adolescent when I got into it, I don't know if that means the musical counts as having, like, adolescent music vibes. Oh, man. It is so mom approved. I think... I want to put... Okay, so it's definitely more mom approved than Game Girl. It is more mom approved because moms are like, video games? The fake version of moms that live in my head that lives in my head is like, video games. So it's more mom approved than Game Girl. And I think I will lean it into adolescent. Mainly because of I'm Not a Loser, and just there's something about musicals with I Want songs that make me go, that's pretty adolescent to me. So we'll say SpongeBob goes right here. No, actually, I think it goes a little further into the mom approved. SpongeBob. No, that's that song. I'm silly. Here, let me zoom in so that I can write it small enough. There we go. General target audience think it warns a bit of adolescence. That's true. I guess, like, in my brain, I'm like, the SpongeBob target audience is before adolescence. In my brain. It's so firmly before adolescence. Because, like, I kind of, in my brain, I click the start of my own adolescence with me watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 2012. That's, like, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 to me is like the transition between not adolescent child and adolescent child. If I write fast enough, then it stops being legible. I wasn't even trying to write anything, I was just doing a squiggly line. I don't know how that proves anything. But I guess everything stops being legible if you write it fast enough. Alright, let's see here. I want to knock out another artist before I then bop over to the individual songs category again. So, I'm gonna go for... Yeah! TMNT 2012! My TMNT show. My TMNT show. Beloved. Gosh. Raph in 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, phenomenal. I think he's my favorite Raph. But anyway, okay. I can't believe that Taylor Swift was at the top of the individual artists list, and I didn't put her on yet. Okay, so Taylor Swift, I think, is definitely in a similar level of mom approved, but is way more adolescent. So we're gonna, and I would not call Taylor Swift's music groovy. Taylor Swift's music is not music you dance to. Like, I think Shake It Off is the only song she has in her discography that's like a dancing song. Okay, that's a lie. 22 is also pretty dancey. Okay, let's think. Okay, we won't put it on the line because she does have some grooviness in there. But I will put it more towards the mom approved and adolescent thing. And I think I'll put it about... Taylor Swift confirmed less groovy than Weird Al Yankovic. Oh my gosh. I love that, Mikey. I loved that he had freckles. That was like the biggest deal to me for some reason. I say for some reason, freckles are like one of my favorite features. Why do you think I completely covered my persona in them? Few groovy beats, majority is like sing-along. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. I think one of my favorite Taylor Swift deep cuts is probably the one where it's just a song about committing a murder. I think it's on either Evermore or Willow. I'm not sure which one. Is Willow an album or is that just a song in Evermore? I think it's a song in Evermore. One of the albums that she made during the pandemic had a song where it's just this story, this mystery story, so to speak, of like essentially first verse, her friend Essie comes to her and says, "I think my husband is cheating on me. I think he did it, but I just can't prove it." And then the speaker of the song believes that that her friend did find out and did finally have proof and did confront her husband about him cheating on her. And then he killed her because she disappeared mysteriously and, like, she's just never been found again. And the speaker of the song decides to vow vengeance upon this husband who's, like, the mistress that he was with has started living with him already. And it's crazy. And anyway, so... So the bridge essentially goes, the bridge is essentially like a series of statements. It's like, thank God my dad got me a boating license when I was 15. And thank God my sister is going to corroborate my alibi. Essentially. And the song goes like, the police think that the mistress did it because the police think that the mistress did it because that makes the most sense to the police, but they can't prove it, so they can't arrest her because they have no evidence, and they can't take her to trial about it. I mean, like, and so, like, the last chorus essentially is, it's like, they think she did it, but they just can't prove it. She thinks I did it, but she just can't prove it. Which is just like, oh my gosh. So that's my favorite Taylor Swift deep cut. I think it's called No Body, No Crime. I'm not sure, though. Anyway, let me just finally write down Taylor Swift. Confirmed less groovy than Weird Al Yankovic. I think she leans real hard into adolescent. I think I'll put her here-ish. There we go. Okay. I've got 2 deep cuts that I rambled about for a little bit so far. Well, I guess I didn't ramble about the 5 Seconds of Summer deep cut. My favorite 5 Seconds of Summer deep cut, I would like to remind everyone in the chat, is, in fact, English Love Affair from, like, one of their earlier albums. I can't remember which one it is. I'm so bad at remembering. It was before Sounds Good, Feels Good, I think. It was the album before Sounds Good, Feels Good, so I think it might have been the self-titled one that was just 5 Seconds of Summer. I'm unsure, but I think that's the one. About here-ish? Yes. Moms would approve of 5 Seconds of Summer a little more than they would approve of Bring It On. I feel this in my bones. Fitting name! Fitting name for a song about murder! Alright. So, let's see here. Alright, so I've gotten down Taylor Swift, 5 Seconds of Summer, Cave Town, Owl City, then all of the Funny Guy musicians. Ooh, this will be fun. Okay, I think I want to do Pretty Cure music next. Okay, so Pretty Cure music. It's very much in the corner of moms would approve of because it is music made for a show for small children. I would put it in very groovy. I would put it in more mom approved than Weird Al. Maybe more mom approved than the SpongeBob musical, honestly. Yeah, more mom approved than the SpongeBob musical, even. Because some parents, I remember distinctly, for some reason, when I was a kid, there was like this subsection of parents who would not let their kids watch SpongeBob. I don't know why, but I just remember that being a thing. And I was always baffled by it as a kid. I was like, SpongeBob doesn't say anything. It doesn't do anything. It's not Finding Nemo. Does not get more mom approved than a show for tiny babies. You are correct. Maybe I would just put it in the fully in the vertex of of music moms approve of. No. I have a different. No, because that one. Okay, I will put it more mom approved and more adolescent than Once Upon a Mattress. Not more mom approved. Same amount. I think it is more mom approved than Once Upon a Mattress, honestly. Gosh, okay, hold on here. Let me just take this entire section, scooch it a little, for calibration's sake. That works. Okay. There we go. So what was it? Pretty-Cure, right. Pretty-Cure music. Pretty-Cure, Pretty-Cure, Okay, but it's groovier than Once Upon a Mattress. And I'm actually gonna say it's groovier than Owl City music. Oh gosh, okay. The mom approved energy is so strong, I'm gonna put it about here. There we go. that don't work. Maybe I'll probably, like, in areas where there's lots clustered together, I will change the writing color, but for now, it's fine. Oh my gosh! My mom was one of those. SpongeBob is a dumb show that'll rot your brain. Thought the humor was too lowbrow and crass. Interesting. Yeah. No, I can't in good conscience put Precure as less groovy than Owl City. I can't. Like, have you heard Wonderful Powerful Music? Oh my gosh. Wonderful Powerful Music, for anyone who does not know, is the ending song for Sweet Pretty Cure. And it's really good. Like, sweet as in a music sweet, not sweet as in tasty. That would be Kira Kira Pretty Cure a la mode. Or Delicious Party Pretty Cure. There's 2 food Pretty Cures. Oh gosh. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of Pretty Cure, but I can name most of the seasons off the top of my head. Alrighty. Owl City, Precure, SpongeBob musical. That works, okay. I'll lean the Precure a little more groovy. Let me just... Little more. You know what? I don't think Precure is anywhere near adolescent music. Precure is so made for elementary schoolers, it's incredibly obvious. And for that same reason, I would put Sophia the First music, which is also on this list, on the line between mom approved and groovy. And I think it's less groovy than Pretty Cure music. It's more groovy than Once Upon a Mattress, though. So we're gonna put Sophia the First right here. I like Sophia the First. It was very nice. Sophia the First. There we go. That works. Oh my goodness. This section right here is getting pretty crowded. Alright, let's pop over to another musical. This time, we're definitively getting away from the Moms Would Approve corner. We're going for We Are the Tigers. For those of you that don't know, this one's also about murder, like that one Taylor Swift song I like. We Are the Tigers is essentially like a murder mystery musical. I only saw the beginning of Sophia the First. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't okay, so Amber is my favorite Sophia the First character. Amber is the yellow one. She is Sophia's stepsister. And Amber is phenomenal. She's so funny. She's so funny and she's so delightful. I love that, like, essentially the entire story, like, the entire conflict of the first, like, the beginning of the pilot special. The entire conflict of the pilot special is that Sophia is having a hard time adjusting to both royal life and the fact that now she has an entire family of people where it was once just her and her mom. Now she has, like, step-siblings and a stepdad, and what the heck does she do? What does she do? And Amber absolutely hates Sophia because Sophia makes her feel less special. That's like the thing. She's used to being the only princess in the castle. She's used to being the specialist little girl in the whole kingdom. And now there's this other girl who just waltzes into her life. And they're both like 7, so this makes sense. Oh, the Athena P video. I haven't watched that yet because I haven't actually seen all of Sophia the First, just like most of it. Like, I think the first half of episodes that exist are all episodes that I have seen. However, there's a whole second half of the show with a lot of stuff that I haven't seen, and I want to watch the rest of the show before I watch the Athena P video, which feels very silly to me, but I want to, okay? I love Cedric. Cedric? I genuinely can't remember if Cedric is the way that Sophia mispronounces it, or if that's the way that it's supposed to be pronounced. I once described the relationship between Sophia and Cedric as if, imagine if Doofenshmirtz was magic, and instead of Perry the Platypus, hyper-competent super spy, his arch nemesis was this harmless, adorable, doe-eyed kitten who had no idea there was any danger going on, and just walked up to him like, oh, hello, just That's approximately what that dynamic is, and it's hysterical. I love it. Anyway. So. Oh my gosh. Right, I just categorized Sophia the First. I don't remember if I was trying to categorize... Oh, I was trying to categorize We Are the Tigers, and then I got distracted. Okay. So We Are the Tigers. Let's go. We are the tigers, mighty, mighty tigers. Oh my gosh, I should put Nerdy Prudes Must Die on the list. Hold on, real quick. I guess I should probably also put the guy who didn't like musicals on the list. Gosh. Okay, hold on. Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Watch those nerds run for their lives. Da 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 da. God, that guy has such good stage presence, it's insane. Now you might notice the absence of Black Friday in the trilogy of Hatchetfield musicals, and there's a reason for that. It's because I don't like Black Friday. I think it is mostly competently constructed in a way. I don't like it. The only part of Black Friday that I like is the one where they come back from the intermission in Act 2, and they just start in on the fucking Santa Claus is going to high school thing. That's just like this section that's just an entire song about this terrible movie. And then it goes back to the actual plot. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's see. I'm trying to put down We Are the Tigers. Gosh, okay. So We Are the Tigers. Nowhere near the music moms approve of. Honestly, would put it on this line with Bring It On. I think it's more adolescent than Bring It On. But it's also so groovy. So I think I'm actually gonna put it between Tongue Tied and Bring It On solely by the power of its grooviness. Because I do think it's more adolescent than Bring It On, but I think Bring It On is less groovy. You get me? Bum 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 bum. Oh dang, what's that jingle from? Bum 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 bum. I think that's the PBS Kids show. Da 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 da. Oh well. What was it? We Are the Tigers. That's what it was. We are the tigers, mighty, mighty tigers. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. So, we've gone through 1 through 10 of those, and then plus 10, 11. Okay, yeah. We've gone through 11 out of the 28 individual artists. Oh boy, we might have to pick up the pace. 11 of the 28 individual artists. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the musicals. 4 out of the 17 musicals. Oh dear. And 1, 2. 3 out of the 14 individual songs. Boy, howdy. Okay. Alright, let's try to speed run more of this. Fall Out Boy. Easy adolescent corner. I'm gonna put them in pretty groovy, and I think moms would approve of Fall Out Boy more than they would approve of Danny Gonzalez. I do genuinely believe this in my heart of hearts. You know, I'll put Fall Out Boy about here. Wait. That was easy. I think they have a crown over their O, don't they? I can't remember. Why do I believe they have a crown over their O? I'm just gonna undo that until someone confirms or denies it. Alright. Fall Out Boy. Beach Boys! Beach Boys, very mom-approved band. I like the Beach Boys. I think they're delightful. Fun fact, I actually met some of the Beach Boys once. I worked at a hotel at one point, and they were just there. They were just there. They were doing a gig in town, and they stayed at our hotel, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's see here. It would be in very groovy, very mom-approved. More mom-approved than Game Girl, more groovy than the SpongeBob... More groovy than the SpongeBob musical? I think... And then, of course, Wouldn't It Be Nice? Very adolescent song. I'll put the Beach Boys about here. That works. There's just something about them that's very, like, center of the board, as far as my music tastes go. Crown of the O is the right kind of vibes. Yeah, okay. You know what? For the sake of vibes, I will put the crown over the O again. I think, like, gosh. I have a fan troll whose symbol is almost like this. Essentially, it's like, This is approximately what the symbol looks like for my little fan troll guy. Her name is Abasi Danger, because I realized Danger is 6 letters, so it could be a troll last name. He is the leader of a gang. I love Abasi so much. One of my favorite characters I've ever made. One of these days I might show off Abasi specifically. Abasi and Gillig. Gillig is also one of my favorite characters I've ever made. Gillig is so soft. Anyway. Let's see here. Next we have Phineas and Ferb music. Oh my gosh. The grooviest of the groovy. So groovy right here, the Phineas and Ferb music. It's also very mom approved, of course. I think it's more groovy than mom approved. Not because any disapproval from moms, but because of the level of groovy that it gets. So we're gonna put Phineas and Ferb music. It's a little adolescent at times, I think. So we'll put Phineas and Ferb. Summer Belongs to You. Amazing. Phenomenal song. I think solely for Summer Belongs to You exclusively, I want to put it just, like, even closer to the middle. So, like, Phineas and Ferb. More adolescent than Kevin Temmer. That makes sense. Phineas and Ferb is more adolescent than Kevin Temmer. There we go. I love Phineas and Ferb music. Speaking of Phineas and Ferb music, slightly related is the, where is it? Oh, it's in here somewhere. Right. In Hamster and Gretel, which is another thing that, Dan? I think it was Dan specifically. Like, his daughter came up with the concept for Hamster and Gretel. And then, like, and now it's like a show that got made. Partially due to his influence. You could call it nepotism, I suppose. But it's a fun, good show. It's a good, funny concept. Just girl and hamster get superpowers, and also her older brother is there in the minivan. Who's the improbable duo that you've heard about? Faster than a scooter, stronger than metal. Who's that little girl and her domesticated rodent? I like that song. It's very funny. But I've decided to just choose one song from that show, partially just to be indicative of all of the music in there, and partially because it's my favorite song, and I think it's the best song out of all of them. It is Overload the Grid, the song that plays in, like, the first episode, or, like, the first, like, set of episodes, because, like, they're 11 minutes long. Overload the Grid, the thing the Duck Boys sing. It goes, the one that goes, turn on your washing machine. Turn on your blender, 2. Turn on your toaster and your hot plate, your electric barbecue. Turn on your stereo and all the lights and crank the AC. And, like, it just keeps going. It's so groovy and I love it. It's very moms would approve. I think it's somehow more moms would approve than Phineas and Ferb music. But it's objectively way less adolescent. I think it's, like, no adolescent vibes to be found in Overload the Grid. Well, except tomorrow we'll be talking about the crazy thing we did. The concept of overloading the grid just for the fun of it, honestly, I would probably put it, like, leaning adolescent. So we're gonna put Overload the Grid, like, just squeeze it in between Kevin Timmer and Phineas and Ferb on the adolescence, leaning vibes. Okay. Wow! Goodness gracious. Okay, here, let me shrink Game Girl a little. Yo, I'm the game girl, and I got the scores because I whip butt and game hardcore. I might look cute, but I play to win, so get your head in the game because we're about to begin. I got sweet moves and super skills to pull off the codes, the combos, and kills. Tapping my fingers like a maniac. This girl's gone bad on the game of attack. When I'm on the scoreboard, you sure can't tell. Because I spell my scores GRL. You gamer guys better take it like a man. If you can't keep up, then talk to the hand. She's a game girl. I'm the game girl. God. See, I told you, I memorized it. I'm not proud of this, but I have. Alright, anyway. Overload the grid right about here. There we go. Milo Murphy's Law on here. Gosh! Oh my gosh, it slipped my mind entirely! Very funny. Weird Al is already on the list, and so is both of the other Dan Swampy things. You would think that Milo Murphy's Law would be on here. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have a very special place in my heart for specifically fake boy band songs. Right? Okay. So the Lumberjacks thing was the thing that convinced me to watch Milo Murphy's Law. Okay. Overall, music of Milo Murphy's Law, more adolescent than either Phineas and Ferb or Overload the Grid, obviously. I think a little less mom approved, mainly because moms would be neutral on it. Maybe like, a cartoon? Sure. And I think it is just as groovy as Phineas and Ferb proper. But because it leans more adolescent, we're gonna tug it over here and say Milo Murphy's Law is about here. There we go. I love Chop Away at My Heart. I have an entire playlist on Spotify that's just like every fake boy band song that I know of / can find. Like, for instance, Just One Day by Brian David Gilbert. Sorry, I mean Twins Squared. I love that song. It's so fun. Here, hold on, let me shrink this name real quick. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. We're breezing through things. Not exactly. Alright, we're gonna do one more from my artists / shows list, and then we're gonna bop over to some musicals, I think. Let's see here. Which one was it? Carol and Tuesday! That one anime! Oh my gosh. Music in Carol and Tuesday, phenomenal. I couldn't get into the show proper despite really liking, like, just, like, the animation / art direction of it. There's something so nice about it. and I like the vibes coming off the show, but something about it just kind of slipped off my brain. But I love the soundtrack. I love these songs. I love Round and Laundry. Probably my favorite. Carol and Tuesday music, very groovy. I would say it's less mom approved than Come On Eileen, if only because, like, no, okay. So it's like, it's a little Taylor Swiftian in the singer-songwriter thing that the girls have going on. So, okay. I think it is more mom approved than Come On Eileen. And more adolescent than probably Danny Gonzalez. I think I'm gonna put Carol and Tuesday about okay. Is it more groovy or it's more adolescent? We're gonna put Carol and Tuesday right here. What? That's not the pen. Tuesday. There we go. Okay. I'm terribly sorry if my voice keeps getting closer or further from the mic. Like I said, I do not have a mic stand. One of these days I'll get one probably. Okay. Moving on. Let's pop over to a musical. Boy howdy, there's a lot of these. I think I want to categorize Nerdy Prudes Must Die and The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals first. If only because they're the newcomers and I already categorized... I'm sure there was... What reminded me of Nerdy Prudes Must Die? Oh, We Have the Tigers. That's what it was. Okay, Nerdy Prudes Must Die. No mother would approve of Nerdy Prudes Must Die. No mother would approve of it. But I think it is actually groovier than We Are the Tigers. There is something about it that's infectious. I think it's the same amount of groovy as Tongue Tied, honestly, so we're gonna actually stack it right here to be... We're gonna stack it to be so not mom approved it's in the negatives and just put Nerdy Prudes Must Die right about here. What? Nerdy Prudes Must Die! Nerdy Prudes Must Die! I think my favorite song in the entire Nerdy Prudes Must Die soundtrack is Go Go Nighthawks, which is the song that plays right after the bully character accidentally dies in a haunted house, which later makes him into a vengeful poltergeist because the house was haunted, and so it resurrected his soul, but wrong. Like, he came back wrong, you know. Not that he was very right to begin with. He was awful. Quite literally, Go Go Nighthawks essentially is just about how the school is objectively better off without his influence. Which is crazy! That is a wild thing to include in a musical. Mainly because I've never seen it before. Like, listen. There is something so cathartic to me, personally, about how Nerdy Prudes Must Die refuses to do the thing that so many things with bully characters do, where it's like, the bully character was mean, but... Like, there is no but. There is no but. They're cruel for no reason. Shut up. Anyway. It's just like, it really accurately reflects reality in a way, really accurately. Okay, that's the thing, is that so much, okay, so the thing that is, like, absurd about the musical is the level to which this one kid controls the entire school. But all of the stuff he does and his general attitude about stuff, like, the funny thing about, like, it's this weird absurdist comedy horror thing. So, it is funny and absurd that the level to which this kid controls the school. Because, oh my gosh, he controls way too much for one random high schooler. Um, and the fact that he, like, leans down to one of the main characters and he's like, the realistic part is, you're a nerd because I say you are. Like, it's like that thing. But the funny part comes in when he goes, I am your god. And, like, it's really funny. It hits especially hard because of his performer. That actor makes that entire show. I love him. I've forgotten his name entirely, but he's great. Okay, anyway. So, back to lightning rounding in my way through these things. I think next I want to do a lighter musical, Ultimate Storytime by Thomas Sanders. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you knew this, but Thomas Sanders made a cute little independent musical. It's called Ultimate Storytime. It's very nice, and I like the music in it a lot. Warrior Girl is a very Kiana Rolling with Difficulty song. Warrior girl only goes to where she wants to. Warrior girl doesn't sit and watch TV. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No, I don't remember the next line. I always get the individual lines in Warrior Girl really tangled up and mixed up with each other, but I love Warrior Girl as a song. It's so pretty and nice. Anyway, so Music Mons approve of. Ultimate Storytime, very much in the Music Mons approve of. Leans kind of into, I think it is less groovy than Owl City, which is an interesting thing to say, somehow, to me. It's less groovy than Owl City and SpongeBob. And I think it's, I think it's exactly as adolescent as Owl City, so we'll put Ultimate Storytime about here. Hiccups. Warrior girl has no idea where she jumps to, but she jumps to where she wants to, and she's never ever bored. But maybe someday, Ultimate Storytime. No, ugh. Let me just lower the size of the pen so that I can write things smaller. Ah! Why did I not anticipate this? There we go. Thank you. Okay. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's pop over to individual songs once again. Oh my gosh, I forgot to categorize Midnight Crew when I added it to the list. I'll do that later actually, because right now I want to categorize the only VTuber song on this list. It is Golden Age by Rin Penrose. I don't know if you know Rin Penrose, chat. But she's phenomenal and I love her. And Golden Age just smacks me right in the chest, honestly. I think it is exactly the center of my chart, honestly. Like, it's groovy. It's very adolescent music to me. And a mom would for sure approve of the messaging in this song. It's directly in the center of all of my tastes. It's like Dirk Strider. God. Basically, I would describe Dirk Strider from Homestuck as the exact intersection of everything I like in a character. He is boy. He is blonde. He is ninja. He have cool, iconic face covering. He's a prince. He's gay. I like to headcanon him as having freckles, and also being really lanky. None of the characters in Homestuck have canon, body types, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, I was about to write down Dirk Strider and not Golden Age. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Homestuck was way too formative for me. Anyway, Golden Age right in the center. There we go. Okay. I can't read the golden from this distance. Let me just... Do 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 do. Peak character, peak song. Yeah, you get it. My partner regularly makes fun of me for really liking Dirk Strider because Dirk Strider is also a mess. He is such a mess. He has so much going on. He's terrible. Like, he's not... Okay, so Dirk Strider has a lot going on. Dirk Strider is a mess. Dirk Strider is 16 years old, and he made the worst mistake of his life when he was 13. I just really love him a lot, okay? I think he's the best character of... He's the character of all time. And Hal, who is, the mistake that he made when he was 13. That sounds really mean to Hal. Because Hal's also a person. He essentially cloned his brain into an AI program because he was so neurotic about being constantly available for his friends that he made a second version. Well, okay, he was not only neurotic about being constantly available from his friends, because he is quite literally apocalyptically lonely. Like, when I say apocalyptically lonely, I mean he lives in the apocalypse, and the only way he can talk to his friends is through a chat log. So, like, for the first 16 years of his life, he never physically meets a human person. Once. So when he's 13, he makes a copy of his brain and puts it into a little AI, an AI chatbot to help himself and his friends, like, keep tabs on stuff and junk. And and like, that was a bad decision. Objectively a bad decision for everyone involved. But, gestures. Okay, anyway. Back to categorizing songs like I was earlier. Let's do... Ooh, Brave is a noun. We'll do Space Girl next, actually. Space Girl, my beloved. Space Girl, show me the stars. So, on mom-approved music, we're just gonna assume... We're gonna assume the moms are not homophobic. We're just gonna assume that. Just to get that out of the way. Okay, so Space Girl, so deeply adolescent, and so cute and groovy. I think it's, like, more adolescent than it is groovy, but it is also so groovy. It's, like, equally as adolescent as it is groovy. So, like, it's on this axis with the tongue tied. I think it is more mom-approved than Brian David Gilbert, less mom-approved than Milo Murphy's Law, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Space Girl goes there, between Brian David Gilbert and Milo Murphy. Space Girl, show me the stars. There we go. I like to imagine that Space Girl is just like a theme song for Hotaru / Sailor Saturn and Chibiusa / Sailor Chibi Moon. I like to think that that's their song. Okay. Raptorus will be right back. I shall categorize songs on my own. Well, while they're away. Let's see here. I might as well categorize Brave as a noun. I could go off the deep end. I could kill all my best friends. First time I heard Brave as a noun was actually, it was attached to Gravity Falls. Gosh. Someone made, like, a lyric comic. I don't know if people still make those. But, like, someone made, like, a little lyric comic that someone then, like, edited and put on YouTube. For Brave as a noun, but it's about, Dipper. Dipper Pines. It's really good. And that's the first time I heard it, and it was, like, the first half of it, and I was like, oh my gosh, what? It took me multiple years to realize brave as a noun was not saying, like, being brave as a noun. Like, the noun is brave, and you must be as brave as the noun. No, it means brave as a noun as in using the word brave, which is an adjective, as though it is a noun. Took me way too long to figure that out. Anyway. It's pretty adolescent. It's actually really groovy. I don't think it's very mom approved. Use brave as a noun? Or mistake brave as a noun for the thing that I just said. Oh, you mean the comics. I'm silly. We love chat latency. Alright, so I could go off the deep end. I could kill all my best friends. I could follow those stylish trends. And God knows I could make amends. But I've got an angry heart filled with cancers and poppy tarts. If this is how you folks make art, it's fucking depressing. Okay, no. This is not a mom-approved song. I think it is exactly as mom-approved as Tom Cardy is. Which is to say that it's on the line. It is not as mom-disapproved as Nerdy Prudes Must Die, though. And I think it's less groovy than Tongue-Tied. It's exactly as groovy as We Are the Tigers. So, darn. Okay. I guess I just gotta scooch We Are the Tigers a little more into adolescent corner. Which makes sense to me. Bring it on a little smaller. We Are the Tigers, bring it on. We're just gonna shove brave as a noun in here vertically. Boy. Brave as a noun. Oh, I can just make tongue-tied smaller. I'm very silly. Shrink down tongue-tied. Shrink, 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 shrink. Shrink-a-dink. There we go. Now we have enough space to write the word brave. Brave as a noun. There we go. Okay. Let's pop over to musicals again. It'll be fun. Oh my gosh. Be More Chill. Be More Chill! The most adolescent musical! I'll stake my claim to that. Okay. Music moms approve of? I don't think moms approve of Be More Chill. I don't think moms approve of Be More Chill. I don't think that. The moms that live in my brain. The moms that, want their kids to, never succumb to peer pressure. And who are like, well, if the main character succumbs to peer pressure, then it's promoting succumbing to peer pressure. And then you tell your mom, the whole point is that that was bad. And she's like, well, okay then. So, okay, I think moms approve of it less than Cave Town. But there's some mom approval in there. But it's also really groovy. So, we're gonna put it... I think it's more adolescent than 5 Seconds of Summer, actually. So let me scooch 5 Seconds of Summer into a slightly different area of that corner. Because, like, 5 Seconds of Summer is adolescent in vibes, like, just vaguely rebellious vibes. But, like, the very content of Be More Chill's story is just some of the most adolescent stuff I've ever seen in my life. So we're going to put it about here. Let's scooch it more this way. There we go. And we're going to put Be More Chill right here. We're just going to abbreviate to BMC. Enough people know what BMC means. Wait. Okie dokie dokie. Goodness gracious. It's gonna be 2 hours of streaming just me babbling about my music tastes in about 20 minutes? Yeah. Alright, let's see if I can't speedrun some more of this. So, we're gonna do one more musical and then we'll bop back over to the artists list. Waitress! Waitress is fun. If we had more people in chat, I would probably just, like, ask, hey, chat, what list do you want to do next? Unfortunately, not the case. I probably should have, like, announced, hey, this is the stream that I'm doing yesterday. However, yesterday, there was so much going on. Like, I had just finished fighting uploading that recent Utena video, like, the day before. And yesterday was, like, my day where I was like, I need to not do things. And then also I had a shift. I have a shift later today, too, because I work a graveyard shift, but that's beside the point. Let's see here. What was I doing? I was gonna categorize waitress. That's what I was doing. Whew. I think it leans into music moms approve of because of how, like, easy listening and nice it is. And it's very unadolescent. The story and tone of Waitress is very mom. Mainly because, you know, it's about an expecting mother, who's trying to, like, regain control of her life. So, like, I think it's in music moms would approve of solely because it's also, like, very mom's music. And it's pretty groovy, but it's less groovy than Game Girl is. And I think an adolescent could relate to it. I say this because I saw the show live in New York once with the whole cast. That was so fun. I think that's one of my favorite things to say, is that, like, part of the reason I adore Kimiko Glenn is because I saw her live once, and she's phenomenal. Let's see here. So I think I want to put, yay! Rapturous is back! Returned! You've realized something, have ye? Oh, right, I was gonna categorize Waitress. While I write that down, I shall wait for chat latency to catch up. Waitress is in the mom's corner, probably. And it's leaning adolescent. And it's a little groovy. I think it's less groovy than the SpongeBob musical, so we'll put it here about Waitress. That makes sense. Talbot looks like a monkey's looking at. Oh my gosh, wait, you're right. It's a little. Hold on. It's just, how do. We got a little ear here. And then the head. I'm not sure that I can draw this. This looks more like a chinchilla. Just like a little, or like a gecko or something. Geckos don't have ears. What is this creature I've drawn? It's a little, it's like this weird cross between a manatee and a chinchilla. Manatee, chinchilla, gecko thing. Gosh. It's like a Pokemon. I can't draw monkeys. It's okay, MK can draw monkeys, and that's the only person who needs to be able to do that. The only person in all of existence who needs to be able to do that, to draw monkeys, is MK from Like a Monkey Kid. Confirmed by me. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Let's get a State of the Union on these, on these songs. So, in our adolescent corner, here actually, let me just Okay. Soup. No, not the blue. I needed the red. Okay. That's approximately right, I think. Maybe, like, move it up or down a bit, but, like, I don't really care about exactness right now. Sorry to, anyone who would be bothered by this. It's fine. It'll go away soon. Don't worry, it can't hurt you. So, in the adolescent music corner, definitively we have Cave Town, Be More Chill, 5 Seconds of Summer, Bring It On the Musical, We Are the Tigers, a musical, Brave as a Noun, a song that I know, Danny Gonzalez, the man himself, Fall Out Boy, Carolyn Tuesday, the show / the band, and then on this line between adolescent music and groovy music, there is Milo Murphy's Law, Space Girl, Tongue Tied, and under technicality, Nerdy Prudes Must Die. The reason it's down there is because it is so far away from anything a mother would ever approve of that it needs to be there. In our groovy corner, we've got Tom Cardy. Alrighty. Brian David Gilbert. We, of course, have Space Girl and Milo Murphy on the line. Then we got Phineas and Ferb is pretty groovy. And Come On Eileen, quite groovy. As well as Overload the Grid. I think Overload the Grid is pretty much just there in the groovy corner. That's what I'd say. Kevin Temer is also pretty much there in the groovy corner. I'd say he's about on the line between... he's almost on the line between Mom Approved and groovy. Then we got Game Girl. Not adolescent at all because of just how unbelievably corporate it is by intention and design. That's the point, is that it's really ironic and spoofy. You know what? Okay, given that it's so ironic and spoofy, do you think we should move Game Girl, actually, further towards adolescent music? I don't know, I feel like ironic does not necessarily mean adolescent, it's just that adolescents tend to engage in irony more often. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave Game Girl there. I don't want to bother. Let's see. Thank you for your understanding, Raptorus. Okay. Once Upon a Mattress. We have the Music Moms Approve of corner right here. Once Upon a Mattress, Sophia the First, Owl City, Ultimate Storytime, a musical, Pretty Cure music, just in general, the SpongeBob musical, Waitress, also a musical, Weird Al Yankovic, The Beach Boys, and also Taylor Swift's music. Goodness gracious. I'm starting to lose articulation. And then, dead center of all of my music tastes is Golden Age by Rin Penrose, because of course it is. Why do I say of course it is? I don't know. There's actually this funny thing with Rin Penrose. So, like, Rin Penrose, canonically out asexual. I say canonically, as though she, I guess technically speaking, she has lore in the sense that she is a VTuber, and that's a thing that VTubers tend to have. But, you know, canonically, Rin Penrose, asexual. This is the third time. This is the third time that some, I need you to understand, this is the third time that a YouTuber who, like, is very formative / laid hooks in my brain almost immediately, this is the third time that I found out, like, slightly later into them being incredibly formative for me, that they're asexual. It's the third time. The first time it happened was with Red OSP, right? The second time it happened was with Jaden Animations, because Jaden Animations came out after Red, like, you know, like, Red's been openly out asexual for a while. But Jaden Animations was more recent. And then most recently, it's with Ren Penrose, again. And this is funny, because I am one of the least ace people I know. I am one of the least arrow ace people I know. You gotta understand. This is not me being in denial, I can assure you. Straight up, this one time... yeah, you know, sometimes you just gotta refresh the stream, it's fine. There was this one time where I was, what was it again? I straight up was writing a fanfiction. And, it was, Todoroki from My Hero Academia. I knew Todoroki was very, very different from me, right? I knew this in my bones and my heart. In my heart and my bones. Two very different things. And I thought to myself, okay, I want to, write him well, and I want to write him accurately. So, I think what I will do is, I'm shipping him with this one character. What is the exact opposite way I would go about having a crush on someone? So I wrote that, and then someone comments on my fic, "Oh my gosh, I love A-Spec Todoroki Headcanon. Thank you so much for the good food." And I was like, what? So I need you to understand that it's baffling to me that this has happened 3 times with 3 completely unrelated YouTubers. That I'm like, wow, I love this one, it's a piece of me now. And then it's like slightly later, I'm very ace. Oh, that's so cool. I am also very ace. Whoa, it happened again. And hey, guess who's really ace? And I'm like, wait, what? Why did it happen 3 times? So yeah, okay, anyway, back to categorizing these songs. Let's see, how many artists do we have left? In the artist list, we have, what's 28 minus 15? 13. Oh dear. We got 13 more in the artists column. We have, we've categorized this, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9 out of the 17, so that's 8 left. 13 plus 8, 21. And then we've categorized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 7 of the 14 of these, so 7 more. Okay, 28 songs to go. This also keeps happening to me. Thank you! Oh my gosh, just like me for real. I don't understand how it's a phenomenon that keeps happening. Like, I'm not against it, I just don't understand what's happening. Why has it happened multiple times? Like, twice is like, once is a random occurrence. Twice is a fluke. 3 times is absurd to me. Anyway, let's see here. So I got 28 things to get through. I don't want this to go over 2.5 hours. And we're already approaching the 2-hour mark, approximately a little over 5 minutes from now. So, let's lightning round this, if I can. Okay, so Alex Melton is a YouTuber, who essentially just, his channel is basically consists entirely of covers, much like Scottoon Network, who is also on this list. So, Alex Melton does a lot of, like, pop punk reimaginings of songs. Like, you know, like, I really love taking a song and shoving it into an entirely new genre. I think that's one of my favorite things to do, is just, like, you know, I like changing the genres of things. I like changing the modalities of things. I like what stays and what changes whenever you just completely alter a song. I like that about it. If I had a nickel. Oh, if I had a nickel. So anyway, because of, like, his general style of things, and because of his silly little videos, I think he's in the mom-approved corner. Oh, sorry. I think, knocked against my mic. I think he is. He might be less mom approved than the Beach Boys, just a little less. And you know, maybe I don't know if Golden Age is exactly in the center. Let me just scooch it up a little. Scooch. That looks about right. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Big yawn. We're gonna put Alex, Alex, what was his last name again? Melton. We're gonna put Alex Melton right about here, below the Beach Boys. We'll lean him into groovy, I think. Oh, need the pen. Alex Melton. What? I really like his covers of, Lover and Mirror Ball. Was it Mirror Ball that I really liked? They're both Taylor Swift songs. I like his covers of those songs. I think they're really neat. Anyway, okay, Alex Melton, categorized. Let's go. Next we have Ricky Montgomery. Ricky Montgomery. I love Ricky Montgomery. I think they're really neat. I say they. I genuinely don't know Ricky Montgomery's pronouns. I heard somewhere once that Montgomery uses they, them. I don't know if it's in conjunction with he, him, or if it is just they, them. And I don't know for sure. But anyway, Ricky Montgomery. I don't think Ricky Montgomery's music is very groovy. It's very, like, cave town area of the board. And moms would approve of Ricky Montgomery less than they would approve of Cave Town. I think I might want to lean Cave Town a little more into mom approved, actually. Just a little more. Do. There we go. Yeah, it makes sense that Cave Town would be the same level of mom approved as Carol and Tuesday. That makes sense to me. Let me just shrink this a little as well, actually. There we go, that's better. Okay. And what was I categorizing again? Oh, Ricky Montgomery, right. Ricky Montgomery. Wait. Ricky Montgomery has a large quantity of songs that could very easily be categorized as what my partner affectionately refers to as trauma songs. Which is to say that, like, a trauma song is either a song that you know, associate with the trauma that happened, or that just, like, reaches through the screen and says, this is the thing that happened to you specifically. And you go, what the heck? You know, a trauma song. There we go. Ricky Montgomery. I'm Mr. Loverman. And I miss my lover man. Alright, epithet erased music, let's go! I forgot I had that on the list! Ah! Okay, epithet erased music is for sure music that moms would approve of, but I think it is even groovier than it is, like, mom approved. Like, once again, well, once again, it's not that moms would not approve, it's that it's so groovy that it's less in mom approved than it would otherwise be. Let's see here. We'll just put epithet erased. I love epithet erased so much. God, Prison of Plastic completely rewired my entire psyche. I listened to the entire audiobook whilst reading also the ebook of Prison of Plastic in one night. I think it was on Christmas Eve, the December that Prison of Plastic came out. Oh my gosh. So, like, yeah, anyway, Epithet Erased songs, incredibly groovy. But also they're pretty adolescent. I think I would put it about here. Epithet Erased is, yeah, Epithet Erased is more groovy and a little bit adolescent. We'll put it here. No, here. Epithet Erased. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Next, The All Together, which was the band that BDG was also a part of. Is. I don't know if the band still does does more things. Perhaps it does. But it's of a completely different style, and it's like a group. So I separated it from BDG. The All Together, I'm gonna say it's incredibly groovy. It's pretty mom would approve, and it's a little bit adolescent. I think it's less groovy than Phineas and Ferb. It's exactly as groovy as the Beach Boys, I think it is. So, okay, this is that way that it is. I think it's more adolescent than that. No wait, adolescent would be tugging it this way. Okay, more adolescent than that. Moms would approve of it pretty alright. I'll put the All Together about here. Next to Taylor Swift. Yeah, that sounds about right. The sun is rising up half the way. I never thought I'd see the day. The moon is crumbling, but that's okay. I never thought I'd see the day. Alright, Kesoka Band. Kesoka Band is the name of the band from Bocchi the Rock. I need you to understand. So I described trauma songs just a moment ago. God, what is the name of the song? So there is a band. One of the songs that there's this one song where like the clip of it that is in the anime got like really popular because Bocchi completely destroys this really amazing guitar solo before they just go into the song. Like just go straight in, and it's so good and I love it a lot. And I've made singable lyrics for it. But that song, the title of the song is called That Band, or Ano Band. You know, so it's That Band. That's a trauma song. That's a trauma song, baby. I say this with all the affection of my heart. You know. Anyway, so, Kesoka Band, very adolescent. I think a mom would approve of it mainly because, a mom would not disapprove of it because there's not much cursing and it's a group of cute girls making music. And then groovy. It does make you want to, like, bounce. It makes you want to, like, get up and be like, yeah, let's go. But not completely. It's, like, it's very much music that you blast through your headphones. Or, like, music that you sway to a little bit. So we're gonna say it's a little groovy. And very adolescent. And mostly mom approved. So we're gonna put it about here. Yeah. Oh no, I just realized, what if I'm the only one who can hear the background music that I have playing? Oh no. I mean, like, it's fine, it helps me focus on things, I guess, but you know. Okay, Good Kid. Oh, Good Kid! So Good Kid, not the song Good Kid from the Lightning Thief musical, but Good Kid, the band that I most recently found out existed. Like, this is my most recent new discovery of a band. Good Kid is phenomenal. I love Good Kid. They're like this fun little, like, a Canadian pop punk kind of grunge band. And, like, they're good. Their music is really good. Very chill music. Good, wonderful. It can be heard. Okay, so it's fully very adolescent. I'm gonna say that it's actually, like, It's not. It's on the line. It is not a song that a mom would approve of. But it's like, I think it's even more groovy than some Tom Cardy music. I'm gonna be honest. But I will put it between Tom Cardy and Tongue Tied just because of the level of adolescent that it is. So yeah, go listen to Good Kid, the band. They're really good. My favorite song of theirs is No Time to Explain. I think the most recent single they put out that they've been promoting the most is called Bubbly, and that's really, really good. Has the potential to be a trauma song for somebody, but most good songs do. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. Let's see. Leanna Firestone, my beloved! Ah! Okay. So Leanna Firestone, as an artist, as a lyricist, has been very influenced by Taylor Swift's music. And her vibes as an artist remind me very much of Cave Town and Ricky Montgomery. And then, like, they remind me very much of those two, but they're not quite. But she's, like, very different from them as well. And she's, like, based in, like, Nashville, I think. Leanna Firestone, she's the lady who did Strawberry Mentos, which ended up on a lot of, what are they called again? Playlists? At least I think it did. Strawberry Mentos. It's a very cute, very nice, fluffy song. Hee 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 hee. Wonderful, excellent. We love checking out Good Kid. So, let's see here. I think... Where did my cursor go? There it is. I want to put Leanna Firestone... Gosh, okay. Smitten. Smitten is another really good song of hers. I don't think moms would approve of her solely because randomly isn't the right word. But the fact that she's very effective with when and how she curses in her songs. And because of that, I don't think a mom would approve of it. And she's pretty groovy. But I think her music is way more adolescent than groovy. But I do think her music is more groovy than Carol and Tuesday music. So we'll put her about... even more adolescent than Danny Gonzalez, probably. Yeah, here. Leanna Firestone goes here between Danny Gonzalez, Brave as a Noun, and We Are the Tigers. That makes sense to me. Meh. There we go. Okay. Golly Wally. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more in the artists category. I think I want to take a break from artists, though, and move over to musicals. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Yes! We can't say it a third time. We can't be doing that. That would be bad. Beetlejuice. Nowhere near the moms would approve. Nowhere near that. I think... Ooh, okay. I love how, like, I have the moms would approve corner, and it is getting used. But this line, as far away as possible from moms would approve of, also getting a lot of use. Yeah! Hey, Mom! Dead Mom! I need a little help here. Okay. Okay, I think Beetlejuice is less adolescent. It's less adolescent because, like, it's dealing with, like, the protagonist is very adolescent, but everybody else around her is not particularly adolescent. So, it leans adolescent, but it's not quite. So like we're gonna put it about here-ish, adolescence-wise, and then groovy. Groovy. I think it's pretty groovy. I think it's about as groovy as Epithet Erased is. So it's more adolescent than Epithet Erased, just about as groovy, and then it's not mom approved. I think, solely, I feel like Good Kid and Beetlejuice are both, like, approximately the same level of mom approved in my brain. So I'm just gonna stack Beetlejuice on top of this, and I'm going to internally understand it to mean that they're both the same, even though that's... whatever. Beetlejuice goes on top instead of Good Kid being on top, just because that makes sense to my little brain. Because you're so smart, send a bro, I'll think about your offer, let you know. Anyway, speaking of musicals that dwell on death, Ride the Cyclone. I love Ride the Cyclone. I don't actually think Ride the Cyclone is... okay, Ride the Cyclone is only a little bit adolescent. Which is surprising, because all of the protagonists are just teenagers. They're all just dead 17-year-olds. But it's so unadolescent, this entire musical. The most adolescent song is This Song Is Awesome, I think. All the other songs are like... they're just... there's something about them that does not lean adolescent. I can't quite explain it. I don't think it's very mom approved, but I think it's more mom approved than Beetlejuice, honestly. So it's there-ish. And then groovy. It's pretty groovy. I would make it less groovy than Come On Eileen, so it's about here, I think. Ride the Cyclone's approximately here. That makes sense to me. I love Ride the Cyclone so much. Misha Baczynski is my favorite character in Ride the Cyclone. He's so cute. God, don't tell him I said that, though. Ride the Cyclone. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, that's the thing. I didn't post the stream to Tumblr. That might be part of the reason. Well, whatever. It's just a nice chill stream that mainly is me getting my legs underneath me, I guess. Okay. Once Upon a Mattress. Oh, Come From Away! I love Come From Away. Okay, Come From Away. Nowhere near adolescent music. I would put it on this line. It is so far away from adolescent music. I think it is very songs moms would approve of. But also there is cursing in the musical. I think moms would actually approve of it less than they would approve of Game Girl. So, but is it groovy enough to justify being, like, on the line? Like, it's so unadolescent that it should be on the line. Yeah, live and learn. It's nice to have a chill stream, and also, like, this is the first stream I've ever had with music, so that's an improvement, amazing, background music, so that is an improvement. Maybe one of these days I will, actually prepare streams more than a few hours in advance. It's fine. Okay. What was I thinking of? I was trying to categorize one of them. What was it? It was Come From Away. Okay. Oh gosh. Come From Away is really hard to place here. I think we're actually just gonna put Come From Away in this little corner up here, as people sometimes do with, triangle charts. Come From Away is an outlier that is, impossible to place. Surprising. I thought that it would be a different song that I put there. Song. I thought it would be a different thing I would put there, but no, it's the musical Come From Away. Alright. Let's see here. Newsies! Newsies, my beloved. Ah, I love Newsies so much. I think it's music moms would approve of. I think it's incredibly groovy, and I think it's incredibly adolescent. I actually want to put it more adolescent. Okay, so adolescent and groovy pull on it so much that it pulls it below the, like, golden age midpoint. Not out of any mom disapproval, just out of, like, the sheer power of the groovy adolescence. So we'll put Newsies right here. I love Newsies so unbelievably much. I remember. You know how sometimes, I don't know if you know how sometimes, but there was this one time where the professional recording of Newsies was actually going around in theaters, like in movie theaters, for a brief moment in time. And I wanted to see it so incredibly badly. And my older sister, who had a job at the time, decided, hey, I'll take you to see Newsies. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? And so we saw Newsies. And, like, we actually just ended up striking up conversation with the random person sitting next to us. And just, like, during the intermission. Because it just had an intermission in the middle there, which is very fun. Just, like, babbling about the musical and everything. And then as we were walking out of the theater, we were still talking at him. It was fun. It was nice. Anyway, so let's see here. Next musical we got is In the Heights. Oh, In the Heights, my beloved. So I put In the Heights in here and not Hamilton, despite the fact that I do love Lin-Manuel Miranda, because Hamilton is an objectively good piece of art. It is an incredibly high-quality piece of art, but it is not to my tastes. Is what, like, this triangle is about my personal taste, which is different. In the Heights is to my personal taste. I would put it in a little adolescent, but it's quite groovy. And I think it's just mom-approved enough. It's less mom-approved than Overload the Grid and Phineas and Ferb. Probably just as mom-approved as Epithet Erased, but maybe, yeah, just as mom-approved as Epithet Erased. It's, like, so groovy. I think I might put it between Epithet Erased and Milo Murphy. Does that make sense? Like, it's Ride the Cyclone is more groovy and approximately the same amount of adolescent, perhaps a little more. And then In the Heights. Yes, this makes sense. Okay, In the Heights goes here. Flip the lights and start my day. There are fights, endless debts, and bills to pay. Okay. In the Heights, dun 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 dun. The elevated train by my window doesn't faze me anymore. Its rattling screams don't disrupt my dreams. It's a lullaby in its way. First time I learned In the Heights existed was because I was looking up, a lot of people made little, like, this is this character's theme music, like, videos about Homestuck characters. Like, it's like, like, this character's theme music, but it's from my personal playlist, so, like, this is the thing that fits this specific character, etc., etc. And there were, like, 2 or 3 floating around for specifically the category of musicals, like, this character's musical theme from a musical. And Breathe from In the Heights. I learned it existed because Breathe from In the Heights was the one that got attached to Tavros Nitrum. So that was fun. Anyway, let's see here. In the Heights. Anastasia! Oh my gosh! Anastasia, the musical. Like the Broadway one. Uh, oh my goodness. That musical, profound. I love it so much. I think I would put it in the mom-approved corner. It leans pretty adolescent, and it's not particularly groovy, actually. I think it's more adolescent than Ultimate Storytime, but less adolescent than Taylor Swift. So Anastasia goes about here. Let's see here. And we'll go from there. I think I'll put Anastasia on the line of moms to adolescents, and I'll put it in mom approved. There we go, that works. Welcome to my Petersburg. Like, you know, like, it's like, a lot of the choreography in the Anastasia musical is very, like, blocking focused. Like, it's very, like, stage composition focused, as opposed to, like, jumping around, moving, doing complex dances. Because the music is very suited to, like, just, like, giving the audience a vibe and the direct shape of this emotion they're trying to get across. It's very good. I like that musical. Alright, I think before I finish off the musicals, I want to now bop on over to the individual songs. Let's see here. I categorized Game Girl. I forgot to categorize Midnight Crew when I added it. Alright. So, funnily enough, I think Midnight Crew is in the corner of Moms Would Approve because, like, it's so... Despite the fact that it is about mob activity, it's about, like, it's about, like, 1920s mobster activities, so it doesn't feel as real. And I think adolescents can enjoy it pretty well, and I think it's pretty groovy. I think I want to put it below Owl City, and a little to the right. So Midnight Crew right about here? That makes sense to me. Yes, it's less groovy than the SpongeBob musical for sure. I'm a member of the Midnight Crew. I'm a night owl and a wise bird too. I'm specifically thinking of, like, the barbershop version that's on the Homestuck soundtrack. Gosh, I have such a soft spot for barbershop music, specifically because, like, in my formative years, whenever my dad was home, because he was deployed a lot throughout my childhood, whenever my dad was home, he would regularly go to, like, a barbershop. Like, he would regularly, like, practice with, like, his barbershop quartet and stuff, and it was very nice. Because, like, very nice, like, and, like, because they didn't regularly have babysitters for us, my parents didn't, but most of the activities that they did as adults were not, like, you know, activities that you couldn't just, bring a child and let them wander around. Because, like, it was just, like, churches after hours, usually, right? It was usually, like, you know, random churches after hours or random community centers after hours, and, we were usually wherever they could see us, and... Yes, exactly! Barbershop music, my beloved! I love barbershop music. And so, like, you know, we, I just have these very distinct memories of being in, like, carpeted, carpeted Protestant churches, just sort of wandering around the pews, hopping around, or ducking and climbing, or reading books, while hearing people just sing barbershop music, and it's nice. It was really nice. I liked it. It's just very cozy, very nice. So yeah, Midnight Crew goes about there, because it's a little groovy leaning, I think, because it makes you sway a little. And it's in the corner of music moms approve of, and, you know, an adolescent can appreciate it. It's appreciable by an adolescent. Alright, let's see here. Next, after Midnight Crew, is, Ride on Time! Okay, so Ride on Time is a song by, oh no, I've forgotten the name of the person. Let's see here. Ride on time. Let me just find out the name of this person. I think it's specifically a cover, probably. Tatsuru Yamashita. Is that really quick? Let me just listen to this. Is this what I'm thinking of? Hold on, the music's overlapping. I'm silly. Here, let me pause the background music. I just want to hear it. Nope, that's not what I'm thinking of. Here, let me restart the background music. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll find it or bust. I'll find my friends on their small speck of dust. Oh my gosh, that's right, the Horton Hears a Who musical. That's not the Horton, the Seussical. Seussical, god damn it. The Seussical. I love the Seussical. I'm not adding more things to the list. You're just gonna have to just pretend the Seussical is exactly at the peak of moms would like this or something, or moms would approve of this. It's fine. Everything's fine. There you are. I'll find. There we go. This song, "Right on Time" by Rainish, Rainych. It's either Rhynish, or something else. It's like a song in Japanese, and it's very groovy. It's so groovy. It's like the epitome of groovy. In fact, it's so groovy that, like, I'm just gonna put it in the corner right here. Like, the power of the groove on this song is overwhelming. A mom would approve of it, an adolescent would love it, but it is defined by its grooviness. Definite mood, except it's Catholic churches. Yeah, I getcha. Let's see here. No, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Ride on Time. Right there in the corner. There we go. Grooviest song ever. Alrighty, let's see. After Ride on Time is already categorized Brave as a noun and Space Girl and Overload the Grid. Dance Apocalyptic. Okay, Dance Apocalyptic by Janelle Monáe. I found out about it because a friend of mine made me a playlist, just my own personal playlist for me, personally. And it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very me. I love Janelle Monáe. I think Janelle Monáe is really cool. I think it's like, it leans a little mom-approved music in the sense that this is the kind of music that a mom would put on and not particularly listen to. She's just like, yes, exactly! These are good vibes! And wouldn't quite listen to everything, but would enjoy and identify with it in a way that a mom could not quite, that most moms would not think about. But it is also quite adolescent, and it is also incredibly groovy. I think it's more groovy than, I'm gonna say it's more groovy than Come On Eileen, honestly, which is surprising. More groovy than Come On Eileen. But I think it's also more, okay. It's more groovy than Come On Eileen. But the mom-approved and adolescent corners do pull it in such a way that it becomes approximately here. We're gonna put Dance Apocalyptic right here, next to Epithet Erased, but like a little lower. Dance Apocalyptic. There we go. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Okay. And then next, oh my gosh, Tongues. Okay, so I found out about the song Tongues by what are their names? What are their names? It's not Lovejoy. Lovejoy is the band that Wilbur Soot is in. Um what is their name? Uh, Let me look it up real quick. Tongues by. The palms are down, I'm welcomed into town. Sometimes I feel like they don't understand. Joy Wave. Oh, that's why. It's not Lovejoy, it's Joy Wave. Of course I mixed them up. Tongues by Joy Wave I found out because there is this Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan comic thing called Cass Apocalyptic, the Cass Apocalyptic series. It's so good. And someone made like an entire little like animatic thing of 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 Cass Apocalyptic to the song Tongues by Joywave. I love Cass Apocalyptic, by the way. You need to understand how much I adore Cass Apocalyptic with my entire heart. And it's finished now. You can just binge the entire thing. You can just read it all. There's a Cass Apocalyptic over on Tumblr. It's trended multiple times. I love Cass Apocalyptic so much. Ah! Okay. Let's see here. Oh, goodness. It's already 2.5 hours. I've been streaming. Let's see here. Anyway, let's see here. Tongues by Joywave. It's not very adolescent, I think, but also, okay. It leans a little adolescent because of, like, the theme, the like, there's something about, like, the vagueness of the lyrics and the idea it's, like, being a stranger in a strange land, almost, that feels adolescent, pretty much. And I don't think moms would disapprove. In fact, I think a mom could enjoy this song, and they'd be like, alright. My child listening to this is not a bad thing. Very mystical, I like it. So I think I'm gonna put it right here. Sometimes I think they'd spoke another language. So yeah. Tongues. The song that I found out about through Cass Apocalyptic. Let's see here. Tongue Tied is there. Oh my gosh. So, there's this country song, right? Country music was, like, the first music. Like, it was the most formative music for me. It was how I found out Taylor Swift existed, because she started the country music circuit, of course. And, like, as I've said before, I am ontologically a Swiftie in the sense that Taylor Swift was deeply formative for me. But anyhow, so, Felt Good on My Lips is a country song by Tim McGraw, I think it is. I can't completely remember, but it's like, it's a story song. It's essentially like the arc of the song goes that, like, it's just this one night that this guy remembers where he met this one girl that he never met again. At this, the hook to it is so beautiful. The hook to the song, what was it again? The hook to the song, it goes, whoa, how sweet it is. Whoa, yeah, it felt good on my lips. And, like, that's... Yeah, exactly! You've heard it! Alright, so, it's, like, it's so pretty, and it's so groovy. And I think it's also, like, it leans a little adolescent. I want to put it... I say it leans a little adolescent in the sense that, like, an adolescent would hear that song and be like, this, I want to make an animatic to this song. It like, sparks the imagination a lot. I think I'm gonna put it leaning really into groovy. It's more groovy than Dance Apocalyptic, maybe. Maybe. No. You're listening to the story. You're leaning back, you're listening to it. We're gonna put that one right here. There we go. Perfecto. Deep in the heart of Texas. Ain't that just the way? Okay. Goodness gracious. I have snacks on hand and I just haven't eaten any of them. It's fine. Let's see here. Okay. Last two songs are Stutter by Mariana's Trench and You're a Star from Wish. Now, okay, I haven't seen the movie Wish because I knew I wasn't gonna be interested. I wasn't gonna like it. Not in a I was gonna actively dislike it way, but in a this movie will give me no value kind of way. This movie will give me nothing if I watch it. However, I got curious enough to at least listen through the soundtrack once. And two songs I really like is the song that I'm not embarrassed to like is At All Costs, because that song is so pretty and so floaty and so nice. In the context of the musical, it's terrible, it shouldn't be there. But it's such a pretty song. You're a Star is the one that I'm embarrassed to like. It's the one that I'm embarrassed to like, but like I just listened to it enough times because I don't know. I went out of my way to listen to it multiple times, and I couldn't explain why. I just had this compulsion to. Like, I can explain why I had the compulsion to listen to At All Costs multiple times over. Can't understand why I listened to You're a Star multiple times. We're gonna say You're a Star is, like, indicative of both of them for no reason. And I'm gonna say You're a Star, very groovy, you can always turn off your brain to this song. And it's very mom approved. Like, a mom would absolutely approve of their elementary schoolers singing this. A mom would absolutely think it was adorable if their little elementary schooler was singing like, ooh, I'm a star. Watch out, world, here I are. Like, oh my gosh. The fact that they wrote that into the... This is why I'm embarrassed to like the song. But I do. I think it's... I don't think it's more groovy than Game Girl. I'm saying that. I don't think it's more groovy than Game Girl. I do think it's a little more groovy than Precure music, like, as a whole. But that's mainly because Precure music spans such a wide thing that the average of Precure music makes it less groovy than You're a Star. Okay. I'm writing this down, I guess. There we go. And it's so unadolescent. Any adolescent with their salt would cringe so hard. Oh my goodness, okay. Alright, so we got Stutter by Mariana's Trench. That's the last individual song. So Stutter by Mariana's Trench is something that I found out about via a Star vs. the Forces of Evil animatic. And I love that song so dearly. It's so incredibly groovy. A mom could approve of it. But it's also deeply adolescent. I think I want to put it... like, right here. Like, approximately between Tongue-Tied and Beetlejuice on the grooviness to adolescence spectrum, leaning a little bit into mom approval. Because, like, yeah, a mom would probably nod along, being like, oh, wonderful. What a cute song. Well, I don't know if cute is the right word. Because, like, Mariana's Trench does not make cute music. They make, like, music that reaches through your skin. I think might be the right word to use. Stutter, that's what it's called. Did I? Stutter, stutter, stutter. Did I? Anyway. Stutter. Woo! Alright. And then we've got... okay, I have officially completed my individual songs list. I think... Shall I finish on the musicals or on the individual artists? Shall I leave the individual artists for last to finish, or shall I leave the musicals for last to finish? I'm curious. La da da da. Here, hold on. Let me just zoom out of this real quick. Oh, I already have. I'm silly. Sorry, I was in a completely different tab. Ooh, saving musicals for last. All right. That means we are blitzing through the rest of the individual artists, from Mrs. Green Apple to Cartoon Network. So, Mrs. Green Apple is a Japanese band. I first heard a song of theirs. Speaking is a song of theirs that I heard in the ending of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, which is widely regarded to be the least good Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. And I agree with it, but I'm disappointed about the fact that it's a correct assessment to make. A mom would approve of their music. A mom would for sure approve of their music. Like, Mrs. Green Apple also... sorry. Mrs. Green Apple also, I think, did one of the openings to Fire Force? Maybe? Unless it was someone else. But I think it was Mrs. Green Apple. And they also did... Maybe... Love Me, Love You was also a thing that they did for the ending of a different anime. I can't remember. But, like, Mrs. Green Apple makes, like, the kind of music that, like... I have a playlist of songs that I call painfully happy songs. That's the only way I can really describe it. Stutter is on that list, and so are 2 Mrs. Green Apple songs. So, you know, I think a painfully happy song... adolescent vibes for sure. And Mrs. Green Apple also is very groovy. I think groovier than 5 Seconds of Summer. So we're gonna put Mrs. Green Apple right here. Mrs. Green Apple goes there. Cause like moms would approve of Mrs. Green Apple, but like, gosh, there's just something about the way Mrs. Green Apple hits. No bando. That's not a Miss Green Apple song. I just saw Kesoka Band and I was like, oh yes, the drama song. It's fine. Anyway, that's what I was writing down. Mrs. Green. Whoops. Weh. R-E-E-N. Apple. There we go. Mrs. Green Apple. Perfect. Let's see here. And then next, we got Marina. As in Marina and the Diamonds, but she's Marina now. She is so incredibly groovy. And also rather adolescent. Like, rather adolescent. I mean, like, her music resonates, like, with an adolescent crowd. Like, both before and after the name change. Very, like, resonates with an adolescent crowd, also resonates with, like, early 20s crowd, also resonates... Like, Marina just makes good music. Oh my gosh. Just good music. Just good music. Only good music. I think I want to put it just below Space Girl, probably. That makes sense. Marina's discography goes below Space Girl. Marina. Perfect. Not painfully good songs, painfully happy songs. Specifically painfully happy. It needs to be said that is the descriptor of it, because, like, that was the word that I had to use. It was the only words that I could think of, to describe it. I don't know, I'm not trying to razz you or anything, I'm just over here like, it's very important. It's so important. Another song that's on that playlist is, oh no, I've forgotten it. Hold on, let me look at it again. Alright. Another song that's on that list is Our Song by Matchbox 20 and Say Geronimo. It's just Geronimo. And Geronimo by Shepherd. Young Volcanoes also on there. It's just like those vibes. Those vibes, you know. Alright, let's see here. Next artist, let's go, is Kenny Chesney. Oh, right, Kenny Chesney. I forgot I put Kenny Chesney on this list. Listen, there is something about Kenny Chesney's music that just hits right for me. It's very unadolescent, so it goes on this line here. Very interesting that, like, the most populated line is groovy to adolescent, then after that is groovy to mom approved, and yet, strangely, somehow, mom approved and adolescent don't have many things overlapping. How interesting! Anyway, so, how do I explain? I don't know, Kenny Chesney he's been making music for a really long time, and most of the music that he makes is really solid. And I've listened to enough of it that at this point, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm a fan of this man's music. I'm mostly a fan of this one specific album. I think it's called Songs for the Saints, or maybe that's just the name of one of the songs on the album. I can't remember, but it, you know, it's good. I like it. I think it's more groovy than it is mom approved, but it's not adolescent, so I'm gonna put Kenny Chesney right about here. What? Here. I think my favorite Kenny Chesney deep cut, the song about Snake Church. I did 2 rolling with difficulty illustrations about that song. Because I don't know if anyone remembers those illustrations, but it was one illustration of Hans and one illustration of Ione. It was very good. Maybe I should redo those, honestly, because, well, no, I don't want to redo both of them. I still really like the Hans one, but I want to redo the Ione one with, like, her in her fun goth era. I think that could be cool. I want to redraw the drawing that I did of Ione to the lyrics of the song about Snake Church. What is it called? Big Revival. It's called The Big Revival. The Big Revival is the name of that song about Snake Church. And oh gosh, can I just say the word Snake Church and expect people to know what that means? I hope so. Yeah. I want to redraw the Ione one soon. I think that's what I want to do. But not before I do this one drawing that I have an idea of for Virla. Anyway, next is CJ the X! CJ the X! Oh my gosh, okay. Not mom approved. Would be on this line. Potentially. Maybe a little higher. I think maybe a mom would approve of some CJ the X songs. But I'm actually going to put the CJ the X songs on this line, yes. I'm going to put CJ the X between Brave as a Noun and We Are the Tigers. I think that makes sense. So here, let me just scooch some things a little in ways that I find acceptable. Like, I don't know if you just watch CJ the X on YouTube or if you also listen to CJ the X's music, but you should absolutely listen to CJ the X's music. It's good. It's good content. It's the good content. It's not just good content. It's good art, is what I'm saying. It's good art. Art of quality. Yeah, no, yeah, you get it. You get it. Let's see. This task force is for losers. I've got the perfect plan. Right now the getting's good, so let's get out while we can. Look, lava's pretty hot. Let's give in to our fear. Disaster's on its way. That means we can't spend no more time in here. You all know who I am. Evil genius, giant brain. You can't stop a volcano. I mean, are you all insane? The ones who stay will all be vaporized without a doubt. Before that sucker blows, we gotta get the fish out. Oh my gosh. Plankton's song in the SpongeBob musical. High quality. I love it so much. Karen beatboxing. Phenomenal. Give me a beat, Karen. Alright. Here we go. Now, what was it? CJ the X, that's what it was. I was like, who was I moving these things to put in? CJ the X. Okay. I know it's all supposed to be one word. Here, hold on, actually. I think I can... Zoop. Zop. Zeep. Sorry. I moved the mic away again. Gosh, okay. I'll get better at this, I promise. I actually like, I don't know if you, I don't know, I don't know if everyone in chat, all three of you, has seen that one, like, a Monkey Kid animatic that I made to, I think, yeah, it's called Be Perfect or Die. I think my second favorite CJ the X song, I can't remember what my first favorite one is, but I'm positive I have one above Be Perfect or Die. Anyway. It's like, just that one, like, a Monkey Kid animatic that I made with the CJ the X song. It's very good. And I like it a lot. And I actually, before I thought of the, like, a Monkey Kid animatic for it, I thought of doing just, like, splicing together panels from Aurora about specifically Dynex. I know she pronounces it Dynex. And I get that. That's not incorrect. Dynex sounds better to me. Yeah, I think I just have a playlist that has, like, all of my AMVs collected there, potentially, hopefully. But you know. Let's see here. Splatoons. What was I saying? Right. I actually had the idea to do, that's... No, it's not called Be Perfect or Die. It's called Problematic. That's what the song is called. Be Perfect or Die is just, like, the motif that goes through that entire album that the song is from. Like, the entire album is a complete piece of art. That's so cool. Anyhow. Yeah, exactly. Dynex. So... let's see, what was I saying? What was I saying? I was saying words, wasn't I? I was! I know I was! Right. I had the idea to do, Problematic, but it's to, Dynex's whole thing while he's in Zurith. I just thought that would be really cool. I decided against it, and instead I just did it for MK and Red Sun, because I think the two of them in tandem on that song, pretty cool. You should give it the watch if you want to. Anyhow, last two is Splatoons and Skatoon Network. I want to do Skatoon Network before Splatoon. So Skatoon Network, another cover person on YouTube, much like Alex Melton. And he's pretty cool. He, of course, makes everything ska. So, ska, grooviest thing you ever did here. And I think it's kind of mom-approved and kind of adolescent enough on principle. I'm just going to put Skatoon Network right here in this nice, open, empty spot that is just here for the taking. Do. Skatoon Network. Skatoon Network. Cool. You should absolutely check out Skatoon Network. He's really cool and neat, and I like him. Alright, anyway. And the last artist slash group of thing before we get to the musicals is Splatoons, or the Splatoon musics. Musics from Splatoon, the games. So Splatoon, very ska, very groovy, the most adolescent thing you ever did here. And moms would approve of it solely because the lyrics are in a made-up language of silly squid children. So we're gonna put Splatoon music right between Fall Out Boy and Marina, which is a hysterical place to put Splatoon. Splatoons. to zoom in a little more so that I can have a little more control. Here, hold on. I can do this. Splat tunes. Let me just draw it sideways a little bit. S P flat. Wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Go back. Go back. There we go. Oh, important dual question. Favorite idol and Inkling of Rock. Oh my gosh, okay. My favorite idol is obviously Shiver. Are you kidding me? Who do you think I am? It's obviously Shiver. I love Shiver so much. Oh wait, idol is an idol group? Because I would still pick Deep Cut. Deep Cut is my favorite group. Shiver is my favorite Octoling. My favorite Inkling specifically, though, I think is probably which Squid Sister is the green one? The one that is not pink. The one that just kind of chills in the background and does and eats snacks. I've forgotten her name. She's either Callie or she's Mari, but I can't remember which one. Mari! Okay. Or Marie, however you want to pronounce it. Alright. So yeah, those are my favorite Splatoons. Shiver, my beloved. You have no idea how many, like, receptors pinged in my brain the moment I saw Shiver. Marina's second favorite. Yes, Marina. Ah, Marina. Anyway, okay, so now we are here in the final stretch with musicals. We have gotten to the SpongeBob musical, Beetlejuice, We Are the Tigers, Ride the Cyclone, Waitress, Ultimate Storytime, Bring It On, Once Upon a Mattress, Come From Away, Newsies, Be More Chill. Why did I put Newsies down twice? Oh. Okay. I don't know how I did that. Newsies, Be More Chill, In the Heights, Anastasia, Nerdy Fruits Must Die, and the guy who didn't like music. Did I put down the guy who didn't like musicals? I didn't! Okay, so we have 2 musicals left. We have the guy who didn't like musicals, and we have the Lightning Thief musical. Hurrah! Oh my gosh. I might think of more as time goes on. But anyway, the Lightning Thief musical. Oh, right, I said the Seussical. Just imagine the Seussical at the top. Here, let me just, this is not actually me thinking, this is just me going Seussical. Seussical is peak mom-approved music. According to my impulses. Okay. This is just me placing it without thinking. Yeah! Alright, so first things first, the guy who didn't like musicals. I think the guy who didn't like musicals is decently groovy. I don't think a mom would approve of it. And it really resonates with adolescence. But I think I would put it here. I would put it here. Like, the adolescence tugs at it, but it's still mostly groovy. Tigwidlum. The guy who didn't like musicals, didn't like them, didn't like them. There we go, the guy who didn't like musicals. Alright, and then the Lightning Thief. Ah! Lightning Thief, 1000% is in this corner. Are you kidding me? This is the most adolescent music. I don't care how groovy it is. I don't care if a mom would approve. It's in this corner. I do care how groovy it is. What I mean is that, like, it's not going anywhere. It is more adolescent than Danny Gonzalez. More adolescent than Kaisoku Band, maybe. I think, it's not as adolescent as Be More Chill. We're gonna put it... We'll put it... Gosh. Okay, here, hold on. Let's zoom in a little. Zoop. Zoop. This area is, so crowded. Not as crowded as other areas, but it is crowded. Here, let's just scooch you a little. Whoops, I didn't mean to tilt you. That's okay. Let's see. I'm headed straight for the floor. You know what? I think actually Ricky Montgomery is less adolescent than Cave Town. I think that's the case. So let me just scooch. We'll switch their spaces. Away. Please do the thing I asked. No! See, this is why I'm really bad at most video games, because I don't internalize what buttons do what intuitively most of the time. I don't memorize what buttons do, and so I will regularly just start pressing buttons in a panic. No, wait, but a mom would approve of Ricky Montgomery less than a mom would approve of Cape Town. Okay, hold on. God, okay. Here, hold on, actually, let me just undo both. There we go, okay. So, if a mom would approve of Ricky Montgomery less, I think, Okay, so idea. Cave Town, I think, it's groovy enough to where I can put it inside the square instead of just directly on the line. And then Ricky Montgomery can live here. That makes sense to me. Okay, cool. The day it all went down, the day I got expelled. Okay. So, a mom would approve of the Lightning Thief musical, because there is not cursing, and it's like, you know, it's an adaptation of a book for elementary schoolers about being cool, and like it's a cute little fantasy book. Cute, you know. And oh, the music is so groovy. Groovier than Carol and Tuesday. But also it pulls so hard on adolescent that it can't be any further from adolescent than Kesoku Band is. We'll put it here, honestly. We'll put it right here. Lightning Thief. Hold on. That's not. I can do better. Lightning Thief. It's so good. It screams adolescent. Ah, it really does. Okay. Oh my gosh. Am I done? Did I get through everything on my little list? I did. Wow. I feel exhausted. Thank you, Raptorus, and also anyone else who popped in. Ooh, there's 4 of you now. Woo, peak viewership. Thank you so much, Raptorus, and also anyone else who popped in. It was just like listening in, like hearing me talk and listening to like quiet background music while you did other things. This is fun. I like streaming. I really do. It's neat. I love social interactions that I can control. But anyway, yeah. I have learned today, let's see here. Much how they end Sailor Business, the podcast Sailor Business, with what they all learned today. Let's do a little Sailor Moon Says segment of what I learned today. Today I learned that I know a lot of music in adolescent and groovy corners, and I have a liking for music that moms would approve of, much to my embarrassment. Much to my embarrassment. However, I have also learned that there are still yet sections of my taste triangle that I have yet to fill out. And I'm curious to find and or potentially make, you never know, maybe I could make it myself, some things that are to my taste that fit these circles. I have also learned that my taste is even more versified than just this triangle, which I knew intellectually. But it's nice to know for sure, empirically, in front of me. What about you, chat? What did you learn today? Yay! Music to check out. I learned Homestuck has songs, apparently. Oh my goodness. We love giving people a list of music to check out. Alright, that's everything from me. I'm gonna go actually eat the snacks that I set out for myself. Y'all have a lovely rest of your evening. Bye-bye! Yay! We love articulation. Okay, bye-bye.